Good morning to all. Today we are going to learn the fourth poem of 9th standard, The Spider and the Fly. It is written by Mary Botham Hammett. Okay, before entering to the poem, let us have an author introduction. Mary Botham Hammett was an English poet. She was born in the Colford in the Gulcoshire. She was educated at the home with read widely. She commenced writing version at the very early age together with her husband, the William Hodwit, who wrote over 180 books. So she was educated at the home. She was an English poet. She was born in 1799 and she was passed on 1888. And she was educated at the home and she was read widely. She had a habit of reading more, and with the help of her husband, and she had written 180 books. She had the habit of writing poem at the very early age. Okay, let us see what the poet had described in the poem. Read the poem with your partner while one take up the role of the spider and another fly. So you know what is spider and what is fly. Fly is a E and the spider is a Silandipuchi. Let us see. You will walk into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. This, T-I-S, means this, the prettiest little parlor that ever you did spy. The way into my parlor is up a winding stair. I have many curious things to show when you are there. So, will you walk into my parlor, said the spider to the fly. So, the spider is asking to the fly, will you walk into my parlor? It means, will you come to my parlor? Walk means simply not walking. It's welcoming the fly to the his parlor. Parlor is nothing. It is a comfortable room. That is called parlor. This is the prettiest little parlor you had never even you did spy. It means that ever you did spy. It means this is the prettiest parlor. How the parlor is? The parlor is very pretty, very beautiful, and that ever you did spy. Spy means simply usually spy means if we hear something secretly, that is spy. It's not in that mean. Spy means here that just eti the peeping. So he had never seen such a prettiest parlor in your life. So now the spider is welcoming the fly to come to his parlor, and she explained how the parlor is. The parlor is very pretty, beautiful. And the way into my parlor is up the winding stair. How the stairs to entering his parlor? It's a winding. Winding means round. That is a winding. You should not read winding. It is a winding. And I have many curious things to show when you are there. So in the parlor, she had so many things to show to the fly. So the spider is having so many things at the parlor. Oh no, said the little fly to me, to ask me is in the wine, for who goes to your winding stair can never come back again. So here this poem, let me explain you. All the conversation which is spoken by the spider is for 4 lines, and the reply which is the fly gives, that is for the 2 lines. See, oh no. So now it is refusing. No, said the little fly. Then little fly is refusing to go there. To ask me is in wine. It means asking this question is useless. Vain means it is a useless question you are asking to. For who goes up your winding stair can ever come back again. So who are going to his winding stair, they had never come back. This matter known by the fly very well. I am sure you must be weary, dear, with soaring up so high. You will rest upon my little bed, said the spider to the fly. There are the pretty curtains drawn down, the sheets are fine and thin. If you like to rest a while, I will sluggy tuck you in. So now I am sure you must be weary. Weary means tired. Weary means tired. How now at first it says that the spider, the room is very beautiful. The first stanza, it's explain about the parlor. The parlor is very beautiful and it has so many curious things are there in the parlor to show to fly. So next stanza, the fly, for that the fly had replied, it is not ready to visit because the person, those who are entering to the winding stair, they are not turning back. So the fly said no. Next again, I am sure you must be weird. Weird means it's tired. It is tired. Weary means tired. So it's telling, the spider is telling the fly that the fly looking like very tired. Now it's used the word dear, very dear, with the soaring up so high. Soaring means going up. That is flying up. That is a soaring. S-O-A. It means flying high. Because of flying high, it is very tired. Will you rest upon my little bed? Said the spider to the fly. So because it is tired and soaring, so the spider is asking the fly to come and take rest on his little bed. There was a pretty curtain drawn around. So there is a pretty curtains are, very beautiful curtains are drawn around. It means around the bed the curtains are hanging. The sheets were fine and thin. How the sheets are? The sheets are fine means here it is soft and thin. Soft melissa, that means. And if you like to rest a while, I will slagly duck you in. So now if you are ready to come and sleep there, I will slagly duck you in. It means I will make you to duck na and ulla vachikren. Tuck in your shirt, we used to say no ulla bathramam adichu vachikren. No, said the little fly, for I have often heard it said, I never wake again. They never wake again, who sleep upon your bed. So again also the fly refused to go there because it's often, I have often heard it said. So I know very well, they never wake again. So those who came there, they never wake again. Those who are sleeping on the bed. Who sleeps upon your bed? Those who came there to sleep upon their bed, they never came back. Said the cunning spider to the fly, dear friend, what can I do to prove my warm affection? I have always felt for you and I have within my pantry good stores of all that nice. I am sure you are very welcome. Will you please to take a slice? So said the cunning spider to fly. First it said that at the first stanza, it's explained about the beauty of the parlor. It is very beautiful and it's inviting the fly to come to his parlor, and how the stair, it is a winding stairs because it is very round, and he had placed so many curious things are there in the parlor to make the fly to see, but the fly had refused. That fly had known those who had entered into the winding stair, they never came back. So again it's telling, by seeing the fly, the spider said, because the fly is looking very tired, and this is it's tired because it's soaring, it's going high and flying high and high. Because of that, it is asking the fly to take rest on the bed. Again, around the bed they have a pretty curtains. How the curtain is very fine and thin, and it's asking it to rest a while. It means making it to sleep for a few minutes. Again also the fly refused because it know very well those who sleep there, they never wake up because they never they won't be alive. If they go there, definitely they will die. Said the cunning spider, again the third stanza, what it says, said the cunning spider to fly, dear friend, what can I do to prove my warm affection? I have always felt for you. So now the cunning spider is telling to the fly, dear friend, it's calling it a dear friend. What can I do? What you want to do to prove her warm affection? I have always felt for you. It have a warm affection for it means it have a good affection. It means good love on the fly. How it will prove what it want to do to prove the love which it have on the fly. I have within my pantry good stores of all that nice. So pantry is a place where we store all the things, edible things, or that all called pantry. In train we can see one compartment itself they will write pantry. Pantry means the place where we store the things, that is a pantry, food things. So in the pantry he had stored so many good things. It's nice. I am sure you are very welcome. So it is welcoming the fly to see the pantry, the third stanza, because it had placed so many good things are there. You will be pleased to take a slice. So it's requesting it to at least take a slice. Oh no, no, said the little fly. Kind sir, that cannot be. I have heard what is in your pantry and I do not wish to see. So now it's telling no. Again also the fly said that no, you won't come, because it's know very well that what will be there in the pantry. It also the fly don't like to see the pantry also. The sweet creature, said the spider, you are witty and you are wise. How handsome you are! Gazy wings, how brilliant are your eyes! I have a little looking glass upon my parlor shelf. If you will step into in one moment, dear, you shall behold yourself. So sweet creature. Now it said dear, all the flattering word it was used. Now it says the sweet creature. How the creature means good living thing, sweet living thing. Said the spider, you are witty and you are wise. How? It's a voice. Witty is also clever, wise is also clever. Both are same meaning. So you are witty and you are wise. How handsome you are, glassy wings. How the wings are, is it very transparent, glassy. How brilliant are your eyes is described about the eyes of the fly. It says your wings are very glassy as well as the eyes are very brilliant. You have little looking glass upon my parlor shelf. So looking glass means mirror, face mirror. So in the parlor it was placed a mirror is there, and you are very beautiful, and how its wings are, the wings are very glassy, very transparent green in color, and how its eyes are very brilliant eyes. So it's asking the fly to come and visit his parlor to see the looking glass, mirror. If you stepped in one moment, dear, you can behold yourself. So if you stepped one moment, if you come at least 1 minute, you can see your beauty. I thank you, gentle sir, she said, for what you are pleased to say, and biting you good morning now, I will call another day. So now it is thanking gentleman. Here the spider is considered as a he and the fly is considered as a she. Okay. So now thank you, gentle sir. So the fly is thanking the spider. And for what you are pleased to say. So what all things you had said, thank you for everything. And it started to say good morning. I will call another day. Here call means not calling, it means visit. I will come another day. Simply the fly said and it went away. The spider turned him round about and went into his den. For well I know the silly fly could come soon back again. So he wove a subtle web in the one little corner shy, and set a table ready to dine upon the fly. So now what happened? The spider turned him round about and went into his den. Den, usually we will use this word. The spider will live in the web, it won't live in the den. Why he had used this word den? Because the lion will live there. So if we enter the den, if we go inside the den, the place where the lion is living, whether it is possible for us to come back? No, you won't able to come back. That's why the author had used the word den. Den is a place, cave, where the lion will live. So it went into the den. It went inside the spider went inside the den. For well he know the silly fly could come soon. So he know very well, definitely the silly fly will come back very soon. So he owned a subtle web. So he is owning a web there. A little corner slide. So in this corner of the room he is owning a web. And set a table ready. So it's all the imaginary stories that the spider will not set any table or fly is not going to eat there. Simply it's a imagination. And to dine up upon the fly. So it's make a place there where he has to make the fly to sit and have a dining. Dining means eat. Then he went out to the door again and merrily did sing. Come Hittery, hittery, pretty fly with a pearl and the silver wing. Your robes are green and purple. That's a crust upon your head. Your eyes are like a diamond bright, but mine are dull as lead. So now it went into the door and it's singing song merrily. How? Come lither, lither, lither. Hither means hither means simply here. In Old English we can use this word. Hither means here. That's the Old English word. Okay, so it is calling, it's come here. Pretty fly, how the fly is beautiful fly with the pearl and the silver wings. It's how the wings are silver in color and it is pearl in color. The robes are green and the purple. The robes means here rope means not kairu, rope means the dress, the wings. It describes the wings of the, it's how the color of the, what is the color of the wings? It is the purple and green in color. That's wear a crust upon your head. Crust means or kumil madri irukola, that is a crust. Your eyes are like a diamond bright. How its eyes are? The eyes are very looking very bright. It's like a diamond, sparkling diamond. And but mine are dull as lead. How is the eye of the spider is like a lead. Lead is a metal. It's not that much glorious. It's very dull color. So it's describing the beauty of the fly and calling the fly to come to the parlor of the spider. Alas, alas, how very soon this silly little fly, hearing his wheezy, flattering words, comes slowly fitting up by the buffling wings that she hangs aloft, then near and nearer drawn, thinking only of her brilliant eyes, the green and the purple. Who? H-U-E, who? It means the color. So here up to this the author had the poem is like a conversation. The spider is calling the fly to go to the parlor, but the fly is refusing. All the conversation which is done by the spider, it's for 4 line. What is the conversation is done by the fly is it of the 2 line. Now the author shows his grievance. Alas, alas, how very soon this little silly fly, how soon it's come back by hearing the widely flattering words. Flattering means false pricing. That is a flattering words. The spider had used all the flattering words to make the fly to get prey for the spider. So it come back and slowly fiddling by and ruffling wings she hangs afloat, they near and near drawn. So it's coming slowly with a buffling sound means wings means that it will make a sound while flying. So these flies enter into the parlor of the spider, thinking only of her brilliant eyes and the green and the purple. It means color. So it's thinking of the brilliant eye and the color of the just it is have a pride of his own eye and the beauty of the the color which it possesses, and thinking only the crested head. It's thinking about the crest which is on his head and the brilliant eye and the color of the body. It is by believing that flattering words it's enter into the parlor of the spider. How now author described poor foolish thing. They said that the fly is very foolish because it's believe the words of the spider and it's going to be a prey. Prey, prey means it's going to become a food of the spider. At last up jumped the cunning spider and furiously held her fast. He dragged up his winding stairs into his dismal den within the little parlor, but she will never come out again. So it jumped up. At last up jumped the cunning spider. So when the fly entered the room, what happened? The spider jumped on him and and very fast it's furiously held her fast. It means furiously means very tightly it hold the fly. He dragged her upon the winding stair. It's dragging means இழுத்துட்டு போறது அப்படியே அந்த winding stairல என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கு? It's a imaginary story. The spider is dragging the fly into this room into his dismal den. அப்படின்னா அந்த விண்ட் வைண்டிங் விண்ட் ரவுண்ட் விண்ட் ஸ்டார்னு சொல்லுவோம்ல, அந்த ஸ்டார் வழியாக என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கு, அப்படியே அதை பிடிச்சி அப்படியே இழுத்துக்கிட்டே இங்கே போகுது. இட்ஸ் என்டரிங் டு த den. I already explained you, we can't, if you enter once we won't come out. That's why they had used the term den. So it's take it to the dismal means never come back. So they went inside the dismal end. Within the little parlor she never come out again. So the fly enter into the little parlor. From that day onwards it's not come out because it's passed away, it's died. That's why they had used they never come again. And now dear little children who may this story read, to idle silly flattering words I pray you never give heed. So heed means giving importance. So the student, those who are reading this story, you should not give importance to the flattering words. Flattering word means false priding. If somebody says you are looking good and you are looking beautiful and your eyes are like this, somebody will flatter you by saying the flattering words. You should not go behind them. Undo an evil counselor, close heart and ear and eyes, take a lesson from this tale of the spider and the fly. So undo to evil counselor. Evil counselor means bad counselor. The person, those who give good advice, we will say good counselor. If you give bad advice, that is called bad counselor. So evil counselor, close heart and ear and see, even they are very close to you and they will say so many flattering words. Take a lesson from this tale. T-A-L-E, tale means story. From this story you take a lesson. You should not believe anyone, those who are flattering. So let me read the poem once, you listen to me, okay? Will you walk into my parlor, said the spider to the fly, this the prettiest little parlor that ever you did spy. The way into my parlor is up the winding stair. I have many curious things to show when you are there. Oh no, said the little fly, to ask me in a vain, for who goes up your winding stair can never come down again. I am sure you must be weary, dear, with the soaring up so high. Will you rest upon my little bed? Said the spider to the fly. There are pretty curtains drawn around, the sheets are fine and the thin. And if you are like to rest a while, I will sagging tack you in. Oh no, said the little fly, for I have often heard it said, they never wake again who sleep upon your bed. Said the cunning spider to the fly, dear friend, what can I do to prove the warm affection I have always felt for you? I have within my pantry good stores of all that nice. I am sure you are very welcome. Will you please to take a slice? Oh no, said the little fly, kind sir, that cannot be. I have heard what is in your pantry and I do not wish to see. Little creature, said the spider, you are witty and you are wise. How handsome you are, grassy wings, how brilliant your eyes, and I have little looking glass upon my parlor shelf. If you step in a moment, dear, you shall behold yourself. I thank you, gentle sir, he said, for what you are pleased to say, and bidding your good morning now. I will call another day. The spider turned him round about and went into his den, for well I know the silly fly could soon come back again. So I own a subtle web in a little corner shy, and set his table ready to dine upon the fly. Then he came down to his door again, and merrily did sing. Come hither, pretty fly, with the pearl and the silver wing. Your robes are green and purple. There's a crust upon your head. Your eyes are like a diamond bright, but mine are dull as lead. Alas, how very soon the silly little fly, hearing these very flattering words, came slowly fitting up. With the buffering wings she hangs afoot, there near and nearer drawn, thinking only for the brilliant eyes, the green and the purple glue, thinking only of the crusted head, fool, poor fool thing. At last, up jumped the cunning spider. He furiously held her fast. He dragged her up in the winding stair into his dismal den, within his little parlour, but she never came out again. And now, dear little children, to whom this story read, to ideal, silly, flattering words, I pray you never give heed. Heed means important. Unto an evil counselor, close heart and ear and eye, and take the lesson from the tale of the spider and the fly. Thank you, my dear students. Go through this poem. It will be helpful for you for the better understanding. Thank you.